Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to HOI4 as we are playing as Germany. So hopefully in this episode we'll finally get this invasion of Japan done. We'll have to see if we're able to launch this or not. Remember, as of right now we're in the red in both of these two sea zones where we have the invasions, and a large part of that is because our main fleet here is currently repairing up after all that damage they took. It is going to take some time to get all these repairs done. One thing we could do to try and decrease the amount of time it takes is to go ahead and step up the amount of dockyards we'll allow to be used for repairs. So we're going to allow 20 dockyards to be used at a time for the repairs here, just try and speed up the total process, because as you can see at this current point we're not going to get done anytime soon. So I think it would be wise to make use of those dockyards that we have rather than building more ships, to get these ones finished up so they can help us immediately. So we're going to do that. Another thing I wanted to go ahead and do is, we're still facing some serious equipment issues, guys. The equipment issues are really bad in some areas, like anti-air, anti-tanks. We've been short on these for a long time. Artillery's pretty bad too. So I'm thinking about making some adjustments to our division designs to improve the situation. And some of the things we're using our division designs for is probably unnecessary. If we just take a look at the Japanese army, they don't have any tanks. Yeah, Japan doesn't typically build a lot of tanks, but sometimes they'll have a few. They have no tanks as of right now. We look at the United Kingdom, and they have a couple medium tank division designs, maybe 4 at most. Probably more like 2 or 3 though, is what they currently have, and we've already seen the medium tanks. They don't have any equipment, so they don't even have any tanks. They've got nothing. So we're not facing tanks. We know that. So there's no real reason to have the anti-tanks in there. That doesn't really help you when you're facing, armies that don't even make use of tanks. So we could go ahead and just remove at least one of these anti-tanks here. Of course, that'll leave us at 39, so you'd have to remove one more thing. So yeah, I guess we just remove the anti-tank from here, guys, since we're so short on anti-tanks. And we'll keep anti-tanks in some of the other division designs. So then we'd want to get them back up to 40 width by adding an infantry division here. And you can see that most stats are increasing. The only thing we're losing is the piercing and the heart attack. That's what the anti-tanks do. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go and save the Republican Guard like this. And another adjustment we can make is with the 20 width division designs. Since we didn't really fix the artillery shortages there, could always pull the artillery here, like just pull the support artillery from over here, and it maybe not even replace it with anything either. Yeah, I really wouldn't want to replace it with anything. We just kind of remove it and try and save some guns here. Of course, it reduces the overall stats of these guys, but right now the main thing we're going to be using them for is for defending ports. So I think the lower stats is fine. So yeah, you know what? Let's just go and save this like so. And then we'll see how that affects the shortages. So as you can see, the anti-tank shortages, they're not even there anymore. There's no problems here, just 185 more that we need. That's not that big of a deal. The artillery has gotten a little bit better. So that most importantly allows us to reprioritize our factory situation. So we're going to want to pull almost all of those anti-tanks out of there. Obviously we're still short some, so we'll leave like 5 factories. And then we can just pump them into other stuff that we need even more, like the artillery here, go up to 25 here to get the support equipment going. And then we'll also want to try and get more anti-air here. Suppose you can go up to the motorized. Obviously we don't have this many factories, but this is just for the future, so we don't have to mess with it again. So yeah, that looks pretty good. So yeah, we made those adjustments, kind of fixed the equipment situation just a little bit, which I think was key, because that has just been kicking our butt, man. So overall, that should help a little bit. So those going to continue the invasion of India while we wait for our ships to repair. Should be able to get this country wrapped up in this episode. I don't think it should be a problem. I did send this division across the river, have them attack this way. Unfortunately, his organization's kind of low, so he still wasn't able to win just yet. We'll just have them go up this way and then come back down, I suppose. And hopefully they'll have some organization by that point. Let's go and have this guy take care of that, though it does seem this American division is going to do that. I guess we'll go over this way. Is this guy training, or he's just tired? Looks like he's just tired. He needs a little bit of a rest. He's been working hard. Probably moved pretty quick over here. Alright, so let's go make sure all these troops are pushing forward here. I remember this guy is going after one of their few victory points they have left. I think getting Calcutta in that one should be enough. And in fact, he just left this front, so let's just go ahead and we'll be fighting him again. I think this guy just got into port, actually. This is El Salvador's divisions. All right, so he's pushing forward over here. Nobody's moving this way, so let's go and get that done. Just looking for other troops kind of sitting around not doing anything. He's going to that one, so we'll have this guy go grab these two. And he can get all these ones. Alright, beautiful. So we're going after those last 2 victory points. We did get the last dispersed industry tech. So let's go ahead and go after... I think we might do the construction 5. Yeah, I think that'd be helpful. So we'll go after that one next. Go and see what we've done over here. It looks like we sunk quite a few ships. Got some light cruisers and a carrier, which happened to be the British Pride of the Fleet. So that's going to hit their war support a bit. Not that war support's all that important for them anymore. And they still have not knocked these invasions out. Again, they could have had multiple port levels built by this point. It's just such a bummer that that never happens when I do the invasions. Now, somebody proposed, well, we had a couple suggestions on how to fix this situation in Ireland. So one person suggested having all the divisions attack the same province. We can try that, guys, but these divisions aren't failing because there's not enough of them. They're failing because they can't reinforce fast enough. The reinforce rate is not quick enough. When you build dedicated invasion divisions, one tech and support company you're really going to want to have for those invasion divisions is the signal company, since it'll increase their initiative, which increases their rate of reinforcement. And so that can be really, really helpful, because that's typically what results in you failing invasions, as your divisions are not reinforcing fast enough. And so throwing more divisions over there most likely is not going to fix the issue. And it's almost impossible anyway, even with a full 24 division army, to defeat the numbers that we have here. You cannot defeat that many divisions when you're doing an invasion. Now, if you're not getting a huge invasion penalty because you have Marines, well, then maybe. It's a possibility. If your divisions are strong enough, you have a bit of a chance. So one method would be to build a dedicated invasion division, guys, which does mean we'd have to research Marines because we don't have that tech yet. We'd have to research them. We do have a 20% bonus here from the Central European Research Membership. The United States and the Dutch have it. Every country that has it gives you a 10% bonus, up to a maximum of 50%. And so yeah, we have a research bonus there, so we will get it quicker. And then we have the experience for designing them as well, so we can get them building. And we have a little bit of room on our Special Forces limit cap. Not a lot, guys. Not a lot of room, but there is a little bit. I think we can build like 5 or 6 divisions, something like that. It's seeing some Japanese destroyers. So we get a few Marines, but if we wanted like a large army of Marines, we would have to... We'd have to get rid of some of those mountain troops or build more divisions. In fact, with us making that change here, we're going to go ahead and build more divisions. We're going to build the Volksgrenadiers because they do not require as much of the equipment that we're lacking. And then what we're going to do with these guys, we're going to get 10 of them going here. And we're going to use them for this little pink army here so we can get back some of our full-size divisions. I think it would be useful. Where they just cover ports for us. Because I really hate that we're using 40 width division designs to defend ports. It's just not very efficient. So we got Calcutta. They have not capitulated yet. How close are they? They're currently at 95%. We haven't taken Bangalore, something like that. Might be mispronouncing that. There's also another one over here worth 1 point. So let's go after that one next. So I don't think there's any other victory points in the area. So yeah, we'll go for that one. Also, just filling these ones in will help as well. They're very, very close to getting them capitulated. And then at that point, we can kind of just put it on a fast speed. They're trying to get Calcutta back. That's a problem. Looks like all the fronts just got messed up, didn't they? I think our entire army just got assigned to this front. That's the way it would appear. Alright, so we're going to go and get that fixed slowly. Obviously, don't want to take in divisions that are already moving. Mess them up. But yeah, they all got taken off these other fronts. It's just ridiculous. And instead decided to move over to the one that was furthest from them. So that's a bit strange. But we actually hit the British fleet in port again. Did a little bit of damage to him. That carrier's almost sunk. We're very, very close. At 2% health. So hopefully we'll get that done soon. Still sneaking troop convoys that are coming across here as well. I don't know if they're coming to reinforce the situation here, but I'm not too worried about Ireland though, guys. I know I keep dipping back over there because I'm always wondering what's going on over there, but honestly it's not that important up front. Still waiting for this to launch, which again our ships have to repair before we're able to get control of the seas again. And again, once we be able to go on like fast speed, on like speed 5, the whole process should be much quicker. Just gotta make sure these guys stay here, get all this taken care of for us. Again, just getting all these provinces here taken. Let's have these guys stay on this front, although they just tried to move, so they're not gonna have any organization, so we'll have to move down here for now. We're actually seeing some divisions here to resist us. Alright, so he's coming over this way next. And looks like we actually had a naval battle here. Our fleet went out, sunk 5 convoys against 1 light cruiser that was escorting them. It's a nice easy battle there. Remember, we have planes all along the coast here bombing the Japanese fleet, and I've actually assigned more planes to that task. So yeah, we should hopefully be able to get that done in a reasonable amount of time. We're still waiting on the blue tank army as well. They have not yet arrived. Alright, so let's go ahead and now have these guys... Oh, India just capitulated. Thank you. Excellent. So as far as like little pockets that need to get wrapped up, it looks like just the one here in the port. So let's go and attack here now, see if we can't get them destroyed. And then here you already have some units attacking, but we'll attack with a few more. So with India wrapped up, I think that's it for the mainland. Yep. We could do some invasions here with this army, so that would always be an option. As far as invasions that we might see launched, none of them are going directly against us. Interesting. They have removed all these invasions that they had for the mainland. It kind of seems like they've given up on the mainland for right now anyways. We did sink that British carrier. I would imagine that was the one that had the 2% health. You would assume that that was the same division. And they are about to push these guys back and could potentially completely destroy this invasion very soon. Yeah, it is a bummer that just throwing more divisions at them doesn't typically work. Again, it's all part of that reinforcement rate. Look at this, guys. We launched our invasion, and there's nobody defending the port. This is what I was hoping, guys. And once we get on Japan, well, it's going to be very difficult for them to stop us. Very difficult. Yeah, they just pulled all their divisions back. That was incredibly foolish on their part. Very, very foolish, guys. So now we'll be able to just advance. We're going to want to just send all the divisions. Well, we'll send them all over to here for now. But we need to start building this port up higher. We should be trying to get this up to like probably as large as possible, just in case we get stuck here. There's always a chance that the Japanese, stymie our efforts to push forward. So we're going to go ahead and build that up. We're also going to want to get an air base. Well, we have to get control of the state first. Same with the infrastructure, but we can at the very least go ahead and get the port going for right now. We could send the tanks in to kind of help us take this territory faster, and that's what I was going to do, but you know what, we're not going to send them all in. Just a few to kind of speed it up. I'm worried about supply, guys. Supply could be a real issue, so we're just going to send 3 divisions in here. If it'll let me get a front, it might not. I was going to send them over here, and then we might not even get a front line for them. And let's hope they don't get sunk out there. That's something to consider as well. I just sent 3 tank units into seas that we don't exactly control. We did get another nuclear tech research bonus. I don't think we're going to need those heavy fighters now. In fact, we probably don't need anything here. I'm kind of double check. Make sure there's nothing that would be beneficial to us, but I think we're done. And we're just going to use up a little power for other things. Yeah, I think that'd be wise. We did finish up a mission here as well. That was the make resistance contacts against the Japanese. Okay. We haven't selected a state yet for this, so that's the reason why that hasn't fired yet. Okay, so we want to select a state, and we don't want to do it there. We're going to want to do it... I don't even know if you can do it in their homeland. No, you can't. I didn't think you could. We're going to want to do it over here. Which one would be more likely to cause them problems, I guess is the question here. I suppose what you might want to look at is like the population. Kind of see the population area. So we're looking at 9.21 million here, 2.42 million there, 3.96, and this is multiple states here, so you kind of got to add them up a little bit. But I guess you're only targeting the one state, so I think this is probably the best state to target. Oh yeah, I guess this would make far more sense. 46.55 million. Yeah, I guess that makes a lot more sense. So I think that's the one we're going to do, because resistance is highest already in places with the higher population. So you can see we're at 28% here, while we're 25% there, 23 there. It's also kind of based on other factors too. Like for instance, they might have got conquered earlier and the resistance has had more time to increase there. But yeah, let's go ahead and do it here. I think that's the wisest place for us to do it. So now they can commence it. So they haven't actually done it yet because we never gave them an order. And then yeah, we're just going to keep this open unless we wanted to do a continuous focus, since I guess political power, there's only a few uses for that right now. So it might make sense to do something here instead. Could do naval production so we get that dockyard output up. I think that might be the best thing to do, actually. Building planes faster would be helpful as well, but it's the damn ships that take forever. So you know what, let's go ahead and do the dockyard one. Maybe we'll get these ships constructed a little bit quicker, since I've not been happy with our navy so far. I mean, they've done well in the battles they've been in. More like size. I'm not quite happy with the size of them. Alright, so with these guys, we can go and start setting up naval invasions. I feel like you got to set up a naval invasion over here. Yeah, I feel like that's going to be necessary. And then also one over here. Yeah, I just got to get the British knocked out here. There's also a whole bunch of rubber there that would really hurt their plane production. So I think it'd be wise to do a little invasion right here. So let's go and set up a few troops to do this. Maybe like 5 divisions for this task. Might be overkill, but that's fine. Alright, so let's go and get them deploying there, and then we're going to want to also set up invasion from here, probably with just the rest of the troops is what I'm thinking. Now I don't know if we got enough space in our invasion limit. We did just complete that one invasion, so maybe. I guess the question is who or which area to attack based on the resources and the effort it's going to take. I suppose it would be wisest to go after that port. We don't have any ships down here, so we wouldn't be able to launch the invasion. Same thing over here. We'd have to move our ships over there. So this is why I don't know that we'll even be doing this. I said that we probably wouldn't do any invasions, and some people were like, oh, why not do them? And we'll set them up, but it's unnecessary, especially with us having landed in Japan now. In fact, these divisions might be better off being used there. We'll see if we need them or not. But remember, we have to move the ships down here. That's the main thing I was considering, is that we'd have to move all of our ships down here to cover this zone and cover this zone just to do the damn invasions. I feel like we might not need them, though, just because you have all these tanks to kind of help us out. So let's go ahead and have these guys come into... I'm not sure we're going to run low on supply. So let's just have them come over here for now. And then we'll move them somewhere else in time. We could go and set these guys up to train. Same thing with them, because they all are lacking, at least have a few divisions that are lacking experience. But yeah, we landed on Japan. Often that's the most difficult part, as you land there and then you got to get them defeated. We do have a lot of resistance in certain areas, guys. It is what it is. You know, we've done several things to kind of adjust that. I suppose we had an operative that was over here that we might have gotten back. Let me just see if we have anybody back home. We do. Yeah, we actually have a couple people back home. Now, I don't know if any of these guys are doing that mission, because they would be set back home if they haven't actually done the mission yet. They'd just be sitting at the house. So let's just take a look. Oh yeah, you can see right here they're doing the mission. So the guys that are sitting at the house are just sitting at the house, not doing anything. So let's go ahead and get those 2 assigned here. So we're going to want to, how many do we have? Okay, so she's doing resistance. I guess we'd have 1 do resistance. Yeah, we'll have this guy do it. And that is right here. We can just kind of look for areas that have very high resistance. You see it's getting better in the United Kingdom. Still pretty bad over here. But I think we're going to see the worst resistance over here in China because of the high population. Yeah, we're pretty high. So let's go ahead and put him in Beijing. I know he doesn't have any language bonuses there for Beijing, but neither does the other guy. He's Bulgarian. And we're gonna have him do the same thing, guys, is just to try and tick down the resistance issues here. And they're gonna get pretty bad in India as well, so we might want to move somebody over there. I guess we could do that now. Move them over to Delhi. And you know what? We could also give this territory to the Russians. Let's kind of reduce the amount of equipment we're sending for the garrisons. So I'm going to give them this territory. And that's not like a lot of troops, but it's a few. It'll help. Anything helps. All right, excellent. All right, so still losing planes in the sea, unfortunately. Now that we've landed, the Japanese are going to pump divisions over here. I'm just hoping we can make some progress before they get here. I'm really hoping they're not anywhere close by. Sunk a destroyer there. I don't think our main fleet has been engaged in any of these. I think our main fleet is still over here very much repairing. Yeah, they took heavy damage, guys. And we even had some critical hits there. And critical hits take a lot longer to repair. I noticed that several of the capital ships had critical hits. It was a rough fight, guys. I know we only lost the one battleship, but that doesn't really show you just how bad the like older ships did. Over here, with just our planes and that patrol fleet, we sunk 1 light cruiser and 9 destroyers. So that's super helpful. But yeah, that one battle just did not go in our favor. Again, I know it's just one battleship being sunk, but that doesn't really speak on just how bad it was. Hold up. Something weird just happened. A rebellion, it looks like, in that territory. Yeah, that territory that I gave to Ukraine, that it was Russian, it rebelled from Ukraine because they probably couldn't garrison it. And so now there's a Russian empire on top of the Russian Federation. And the Russian Empire is fascist and is in the Anglo-Italian Pact. Let's hope our allies will take care of that. Again, they didn't do it in Turkey. We had to go down there and help them. But that should be a little bit easier, right? You'd think? So we'll see if they can get it done or not. So this invasion is just about destroyed. Still there, but not going to last much longer. Again, I'm kind of just giving up on Ireland just because it's been such a pain and it's not worth the effort. Consider the fact that all we have to do is win here. We win here and then we've won the war. For now, as long as Australia doesn't become a major power, which could happen. We'll have to see. So yeah, they did send troops over here, but they didn't get over here quick enough. We are on the mainland now, or the main part of this one island, I should say. And so what we're going to want to do is not fight them, but wrap around them, while also not leaving too few divisions here that we can't properly defend the province. All right, so we're going to have those guys go this way, and then let's take one of the mountain troops and have him go over here, and then just take a few of these infantry. There we go. Just try and cut them off and destroy them, as we usually do. They've got to be stressing out about this now. Just sunk one of their light cruisers and 4 of their destroyers. Yeah, our planes are having a lot of success here now. The destroyer sunk there. I did send an extra air wing there, but surprise has had as much effect as it had, so it's probably a reduction of fighters in the area. Well, there's actually more fighters here. We might have better air superiority, though. We do want to put some planes here. My bad, guys. I didn't even realize that. We have these planes just sitting here that I had planned to use for this invasion, and then we didn't use them yet. So yeah, let's go and put these guys over to close air support. They'll be on close air support too, though I don't think they're actually able to help out that much over there. And then we're going to put the fighters that we have here as well. Now, as far as other planes that might be able to reach, these guys can reach. Yeah, you got several air wings here that can reach, though we're doing such a good job with destroying their planes here. We don't want to reduce the number of planes too much. They can come over here and provide some close air support, though. Alright, so that looks pretty solid. I feel like we don't have enough planes over here, though, so let's see if we've got any in the stockpile that could be utilized. You know what? We have the ones from India. Yeah, we'll bring those over here. So yeah, we'll bring fighters here. And then the close air support I'm actually going to have them come over here. Let me see if they could get better coverage here. They could probably get better coverage going over here. You know what? Let's do the same thing with these guys. Let's have them come over here and then provide their fighter support there. And then we'll just pull ones out of the stockpile that, you know, don't have any experience. Because we have the air wings. I guess we don't have any close air support. But we have an air wing to provide fighter support. So we'll just put some fighters over here. If I can find them. Looks like we got a lot of old fighters. There's a few fighter ones here. Where's the 300 planes? Let's just let them fill in themselves. I don't feel like looking for them. Alright, excellent. So yeah, we'll have 200 fighters over here as well. Alright, so we've moved here. Let's go ahead and get one division. We'll go ahead and close that up. The rest of these guys are going to go across the river. Actually, we want to leave one division here, of course, but we actually have 2 that are still arriving, so we'll wait. So they did pull a lot more divisions from here than I would have liked, but these guys are so weak, I'm not too worried about it. Alright, so now let's go ahead and take all these troops except for one, send them over there. Again, you can see what we're trying to do here, trying to cut divisions off if we can. And we are facing an invasion here, right there. There's the invasion. Looks like we are set to win it, so we'll just keep them, let's keep it as is. We send another division over there. You know what we could do? We could send this division. Like so, just to make sure we have somebody else to help us out there. And this port here is being protected by Czechoslovakia's troops. Yeah, we're sinking a lot of ships here, guys. Yeah, that's been going very well for us. Alright, awesome. So we're having a lot of successes that we weren't having before. These guys can just go here for now. Stay here, man. Alright, so they're cut off, so now we can go and get them destroyed. 3 divisions cut off and ready to be destroyed. Let's go and push forward here now. And they're going to attack over that way. Okay, that's super silly. Yeah, that's really, really silly. They shouldn't have done it that way. Now they're going to get cut off from supply. And we'll be able to get them destroyed as well. And start pushing forward over this way. And we'll just see how many divisions the Japanese have left to defend their homeland. They might not have very many. Typically, they don't. We just based on past campaigns. You could probably rightfully assume that they're not going to have enough divisions, but we'll see. We'll see what they got, guys. Let's go make sure that all these divisions stay here and start pushing forward. Once he gets there, we'll do the same thing with him. Get him signed to this front and pushing forward. Again, it's all about speed at this point. Alright, so we're going to want all these divisions here, signed over here, same thing with these guys, and these ones. And one division might be able to get that done on its lonesome. Kim Philby was just captured. No, not Kim. Alright, so we're going to have to rescue Kim. But let's go to get something here first. It looks like we won't need the marine tech, because again, invading Ireland isn't important anymore. So it could just continue getting like passive bonuses. That would be a good passive bonus to get, I think. Yeah, that'd actually be a really good one to get. We'll take a look, see if there's anything else that we really need here that we haven't yet gotten. The air doctrines, we've like barely gotten any of those. Surprised we're doing so well in the air, considering that we haven't been working on those at all. All right, we have something going here as well. Let's go for this bonus. We have that nice 50% research bonus. A lot of other people have already gotten it, and so we can get it a lot quicker. Although 122 days doesn't seem that quick. I don't know how long it usually takes, but assuming it takes a lot longer. I was going to change out the equipment as well, so we'll start getting the newer equipment out there. I'm just going to dip around real quick since I'm paying attention to this. Make sure this is getting wrapped up here. Yeah, it looks like there's a whole crap ton of countries ready to do that for us. And yeah, they still haven't pushed this invasion in back just yet. I think it's just due to the sheer number of divisions that are here that's making it challenging for them, despite the fact that most of those don't have supply. Though the AI does get to skirt a little bit on their supplies, so that kind of helps them with those invasions and stuff. Alright, so I was thinking they were successful here. They were not successful here. What happened was they landed in a non-port province. Okay, so we want to make sure that they don't take any port provinces. And so let's go and send some divisions over here to help them out. So it's a good thing we did a little dip around and took a look at what all was happening around the world. There's a lot of Japanese divisions over here, so they might have a lot less divisions here to defend the homeland than I was thinking. I gave them credit for about 100 divisions, but they might not even have that. Yeah, it is a real possibility, guys, that they might not have hardly any divisions to defend their territory. Again, I'm thinking it might be a real possibility. Oh, these guys aren't even moving. Damn it. I thought they were coming to the front because they had a green front here, but supply stopped them. Damn. So we had those tanks over here that could have been helping us push forward this whole time, and they weren't. That's kind of a shame. And we want to send more tanks as well. In fact, let's go and get those guys going across here now. Let's take these ones out here, since they're already moving. I don't know if they'll come immediately. They will. Even though there's a supply shortage, they're still willing to come out here. We do have some dockyards. Looks like we just finished building something, actually. Or we just seized dockyards from the Japanese because they have not seen anything that we actually finished building here. Yeah, we didn't finish building anything. Because we still have the one carrier and the 2 battleships currently being constructed. So we'll just put these into the cruisers then. There we go. This wasn't even a ton of dockyards that we got there. They were probably repairing, actually. So might have finished up some of those repairs for that big fleet. Also, we have some ships that are done. So let's go get these moving over here. Now, somebody had asked me, oh, by the way, this is how we're looking at repairs. Yeah, we did get a lot of ships done repairing, so that's probably where we got those dockyards from. Still a lot of repairs left to do here. But somebody had asked me about deploying the ships. Like, could we not just deploy the ships directly over to here? We cannot. And the way this works, which it actually works differently than I had always thought that it worked. I had thought for a long time, and I didn't find this out until, I don't know, maybe a year or 2 ago. I had thought that the way it worked was you could only build in core territory, kind of like divisions. However, that is not the case. It can be any port province. However, that port province has to be directly connected to your capital by land. So you can see we can build over here because it's connected to our capital by land. Same thing in Italy, Sicily. These are all connected. Now Sicily's, this is counted as being connected by land, the strait. And so we can build all through here. But you'll notice we cannot build in the United Kingdom because it's not connected by land. Likewise, we cannot build at all over here because of Russia. So if Russia wasn't here, if we owned all this land and it was connected here, then we would be able to build over here. But because that's not the case, we cannot build the troops right over here, unfortunately. All right, so it looks like we should be able to stop that invasion. As far as this invasion, I don't think it's done planning yet. We can go and take a look, see. They still got 12 more days. So what we're going to go ahead and do with them is just keep them training for now, because we do have that one division that needs a little bit of experience. But we'll likely launch that invasion, get up behind these guys. Probably wouldn't be necessary. I bet this red army, even without the green army, could probably conquer Japan on their lonesome. That'd be my bet. We've done it before many times with just one army, and this isn't a full-size army. I still bet we could win, just because of the sheer lack of divisions I think are going to be here. Now, that situation is going to change because the Japanese are going to start pumping divisions back to their homeland, which is why it's often quite wise to then start having your submarines patrol all throughout here. And you know what? We'll patrol there, just try and catch some. I don't want to do it here, though. I think they'll get bombed heavily, and we don't have any planes to help them. We actually have planes over here. We have like 400 air wings that are bombing there. So those could help us. And these guys, instead of going over that way, let's just have them come over here to this port. All right, so we have gotten across here. Let's go and start advancing. We are going to attack that guy. And let's send the rest of these over here. In fact, we'll go and take... God, it's really hard to select these units here. We'll take one go that way. Just keep on pushing forward as rapidly as we can. Not taking any breaks here. This will give us an airbase to move the planes closer, the ones that we already have assigned here. And these guys will go over this way. In fact, let's go over here, and then he can go over this way. Alright, so we've taken the airbase. Fantastic news. Let's go and have these guys now pushing forward here. And they can go this way. Alright, so still waiting for troops over here. We have the airbase, so let's go and move those planes so they can get a little bit closer here. We won't be able to do all these, so let's move the fighters. And then we can move, like, all of the tactical bombers. Or, excuse me, all of the close air support. And then leave the tactical bombers, is what I'm thinking, because they can already reach here. So it's not that big of a problem. So, like, leave them where they're at. And then the other tactical bombers that are here, which are these guys. They can also stay where they're at. Or we can even move them a little bit closer. Frankly, we need more fighter support, though. As you see, we're on the yellow there. So getting more fighters would help here, so we'd get that air superiority. Honestly, I think our fighters are probably better than theirs, though, if I had to guess. We have spent a lot of experience creating variants, and of course we have rather modern ones. So they're taking the railroad, so we're going to let them. Ah, damn, never mind. We're not going to let them, because our unit got there first. Alright, well, that's fine. I was just thinking we could get them cut off over here. Because again, I just don't really want to... I don't want to have to fight these guys all the way across here. It's just kind of a hassle. Got the tanks as well. So let's go ahead and make sure... They should be going to the front, but they're not. So let's just go ahead and force them over here. Let's have them all come the same direction. Whichever way is fastest to get over to here. We'll make adjustments as they get a little bit closer. Let me just see if there's anything we need to be aware of, like these invasions. Did we finish those up? We did. Alright, so those have been destroyed. That's just a waste of divisions that the Japanese could have been using to defend their homelands, but now they no longer have them available. Just looking at situation over here, and I'm just surprised they've held out that long. Again, it wouldn't happen that way if I sent the invasion. They would have destroyed it. And then we wouldn't have ever got that port built. Alright, so yeah, just pushing forward with these infantry, trying to go as quickly as we can. And yeah, we're trying to get behind them with this unit here. Somebody else is taking care of that. Tanks are currently moving rapidly on over here. Alright, so we'll try and get behind these guys here. Tanks should be here soon. Let's actually take a couple of the tank units and get them moving over this way. We'll do two more. Alright, so they'll get over here. Again, it should be nice smooth sailing over here. We might actually... Well, we won't get them defeated this episode. That's a lot of territory to take even with no resistance. But on top of that, we have a peace treaty to do. And peace treaties take a while, obviously. So yeah, I don't want to do the peace treaty in this episode. Because that would just take too long. I just don't have that much time to record, first of all. Alright, so we're going to have these guys go over this way. He'll go over here. Although they should probably use the light tank to go through that mountain province. Alright, so he's going to go over this way. I was thinking that this would be the quickest way. Apparently not. He's going to come up along the coast here. Alright, so we'll go this way instead. Let's just avoid fighting this guy. Again, I don't really want to fight these units here if we can avoid it. Just go around them instead. It's the better way of doing this. Alright, so yeah, he's going to continue going towards Tokyo. Try and grab that capital province here. This guy will push into that province, and these tanks will come up behind here. I suppose it makes sense to go here, so that unit there will be cut off. And Malaya is facing an invasion. We do have one division to defend if they attack that port. They're attacking this one. Okay, well, we're defending all these ports. Well, they are sending a good-sized army here. They must have been over here when they did that invasion. It's just foolish that they're launching all these invasions while their homeland's being conquered. It's really not the best way to go about doing it. We got more dockyards that we taken from Japan, so let's just go ahead and have all of them go here so we don't have to keep messing with this. We'll probably have more lines we'll have to build if we want to make use of all of our dockyards that we take from the Japanese. because I assume they got quite a few by this point. 1943, August 1943, they should have a good number of dockyards. Not that those will help us at all at this point, because it's over, guys. It's over. They are looking at invading there again. We have one port defending it. Hopefully that's enough. We might even be able to stop the invasion with our submarines, or because they're invading from the Japanese islands here and we're not able to do anything. Alright, so going over here, you are seeing that we're starting to see some resistance now. Definitely starting to see a little bit of resistance here as they've been pumping divisions over to the front line. Hopefully you should be making good progress still. Let's go and get this tank over here on the railroads, because yeah, he's falling behind everybody. Alright, so we just get all these units moving over to here. We do have a closer air base now, so let's go ahead and make use of it. How big is it? Yeah, we can actually put quite a few planes over here. Let's go and move these guys closer as well. Might as well. And I think that leaves space for another fighter wing. So let's go ahead and take one of the fighter wings, probably from over here. Yeah, we'll take one of the ones from over here. Try to make sure we control this area. Continuing bombing their fleet, but not really sinking anything, just hitting those convoys up. Alright, so yeah, I mean, this is it, guys. With the capitulation of Japan, that will be the end of the campaign. Again, it will be a long peace treaty. There's a lot of territory to deal with. I guess we'll take a look at the equipment situation. Again, this is kind of irrelevant. I always feel like I'm wasting my time dealing with this stuff when you know it's about to be over, or that it doesn't matter. Because yeah, none of this is going to matter. Alright, so let's go and push forward here. Just grab that province. Trying to get these guys here cut off if we can, that'd be really nice. And so just go and push forward here. We'll keep that unit locked down, I suppose, so that he can go after Tokyo. Alright, go after that province now. And I think we have a unit assigned to go that way, so let's not do that. Let's cross a river into rougher terrain, mountains at that. It's not the best way to do that. Have everybody here push forward. This guy's going to take over this territory for us. Yeah, it's going quite well, guys. Alright, so just kind of avoid fighting where we can. Again, just want to cut them off. That's the key. Looks like we did have an actual battle here. Sunk 2 convoys, maybe damaged some of their ships there. Is our fleet still repairing? I think it is. I guess it hasn't been that long. Yeah, these are just the that small task force, the patrol one. Now let's go and continue adding ships to that fleet, trying to keep them alive. Same thing with the submarines here. They're 81.4% for repairing that one ship, and then I think they go back out there. Yeah, so they should be done pretty quick. Could have looked at exactly how long it was going to take. I'm just curious if we'll have any more big naval battles before the end here. We have taken Tokyo, but now we are a little bit stymied. As you see, a lot of divisions over here, so we're going to try and get these guys cut off. It's going to be difficult without getting control of the port there, so let's see if we can't just attack here and win. And we're just going to have these guys go straight here, same with them. Alright, so these units here are now cut off. Let's see if we can't, actually... Yeah, I guess we'll go that way. Although I really want to keep pushing forward. We'll have to use the tank to push forward here. Again, just continuing kind of avoiding troops where we can. Don't think we're going to win there. And let's go and take these guys, bring them over here. Same thing with this one. It looks like we have quite a few divisions actually. Should be coming over to this front. And yeah, we're going to have to readjust all this here. Alright, so I mean, we're about to win that, so we'll keep it going. Let's see if we can't get behind these guys, though. Oh, so we did take that province. Okay, whatever, it's fine. Let's go this way then, see if somebody else won't move over there. I'll bring these guys in. Again, the name of the game here is speed and moving fast. Sunk 9 of their destroyers there. All right, excellent. Another battle over here. Shot down a bunch of planes, submarines, engaged them. I don't know if any of our ships were over here. But you see that they just keep on launching these invasions. It's so foolish. It's just incredibly foolish. We have to, you know, obviously defend here. We can go and start the attack. And then just take like a few of these divisions here. I mean, you probably don't need that many, like 4 perhaps. I know it's across a river, but you still probably get it done. It's just not a good place for them to attack, considering the fact that we had all these divisions here. And you know what? We'll also send more, just in case. Just make sure that we succeed here. Yeah, they're just launching invasion after invasion as their homeland's being destroyed. I mean, I understand they probably had those invasions planning well before we actually had success in our invasion, but again, just seems kind of foolish. And it looks like our unit left here. Oh, so that happens. Yeah, the AI in control, man. But yeah, it just seems kind of foolish. Like, you know, you're being invaded. You should probably adjust your plans accordingly. Your homeland's threatened. We'll let that guy push forward there. Even if he's going to cut us off there, it's probably fine. Although I think we'll be able to stop him from that. Yeah, you can see we already got in there. Alright, so he's coming this way. We'll have him go over here next. Still got to get the units here destroyed. I suppose we could attack here. I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? I was thinking that there was a reason I wasn't attacking here, but if there was, I don't know what it was. Alright, so a lot of units we have to face there, so it's not going to be the easiest attack there, but we'll get it done eventually. Alright, so they're trying to beat us back here. Let's go and push forward here. They'll be cut off regardless. Alright, so going over this way now. They'll come up over here. And I'm wondering if... Well, yeah, I was going to say, can we launch this Yellow Army invasion? But yeah, we absolutely cannot do that, considering the fact that we're facing our own damn invasion here. Aren't we? Now, luckily, there's no close-by ports for them to take advantage of. Do we at least have that? Yeah, they threw a ton of divisions into the sea. Good God. That's one thing about Japan. I remember when the game launched, or if you look at Hearts of Iron 3, the AI was kind of garbage at invasions. But even when the game launched, the AI didn't do great at invasions. But I'll tell you what, they have gotten so much better at it. Sure, they kind of suck too, but I mean... Comparing them to launch, well, we lost a submarine. Overall, they're very aggressive. That's the least you can say about them, is they are quite aggressive in the invasions. Let's get that port, guys. All right, just making sure we're continuing to advance here. And let's go to grab. We're going to attack right there, actually, so we can get these guys wiped out. In fact, let's go ahead and start attacking now. Still need to take out those troops there. I know that a lot of these are across rivers and it's not the greatest way to do this, but I'm just trying to get it wrapped up at this point. Still need to get these guys taken care of too. Just take a look, see how close they are to capitulating, because again, we don't want that to happen this episode since we don't have enough time to do the peace treaty. They're at 55%. Typically, you gotta conquer most of the Japanese home islands before they capitulate. Well, we only have like another minute or so before we need to like start looking at the casualties, which I think are going to be interesting to see at the very least. All right, so we're going to have to stop that. That's clearly not going to work. We'll go over here instead. And this guy should be coming over to this front. Still need to get those units wiped out. So make sure that all these guys come over to this front here. And same with these guys. This guy can go to this front, I guess. Same with these two guys. Alright, so getting them taken care of. Remember, we have to go all the way across there before we actually destroy those units. See, the Americans have arrived, trying to get themselves some points. Like, we won't help. Have him help out there. Alright, so he's going to attack us there. Should be good for now, but... yeah, we clearly got to get this area all taken care of. Rapidly, if we can. Alright, let's have this guy push forward here. We'll wait for him to leave there, since he's already leaving. No reason to fight him if we don't have to. And then with these guys here, let's go ahead and make sure that they attack across rather than leave. Have him come over to this front. And he's going to attack as well and make sure that gets done. And make sure these guys come on over here. Alright, excellent. Alright, so we can go ahead and push forward here. Might as well then. I'd like to get that province. How long until he leaves? It's going to be a little while, so we'll just push forward there. And waiting for him to leave. He'll be gone in a couple hours, or one of them will be anyways. Yeah, these tanks are just very, very fast. Alright, so that's one. Still waiting on the next division. And then we'll take that province. Actually, let's go here. Alright, we can go ahead and take this province now. Actually, let's have him go this way. Alright, so what's still not done? Let me make sure that everything gets taken care of here. We'll have that tank go and take care of that. This has been wrapped up as well, so all these units are moving down here. So that's going to be it. We're just going to go ahead and take a look at all the battles that are happening, seeing how we're doing on this situation here. We don't want to do stupid attacks. So I'm just trying to get these guys finished up here. It was a very large invasion that they sent here. And we would have had some trouble with this, actually, if we hadn't had our own invasion sitting there. Took care of all the invasions up along here. Alright, so I think that's it. We do have a political power to spend. We got a lot of things we could do here. Has this been dealt with? This has been dealt with, and now it's gone back to the Russian Federation. That's interesting, because it's occupied by them. I'm going to still try and keep it in Ukrainian hands in the peace treaty. I guess you won't have to. Actually, you know what? We would have to give it back to Ukraine because it rebelled. So we'd have to give it back to Ukraine in the peace treaty. The Russians, man. Of course, I feel like this fits too much in what just happened in real life for this not to be them replicating that. I feel like even though they're on our side, they're both in the Central European alliance. I feel like the Russians, they're responsible for that rebellion. It just worked out too perfectly for them. It's in their hands now. So we know that the Russians sponsored that rebellion in Crimea. We know that because we're from the future. These invasions here were wiped out finally. Took a long time, but the British finally got it done. They pushed them back into the sea. Looks like we're also done over here. They took care of that. Still one little bit of territory there that needs to get done, but Africa, not much has changed here. Again, I think that's because of the attrition issues there. Yeah, we're just about done. It'll be next episode. Should be the finale. We're going to take a look at the casualties for this one. We're at 61% of the war participation, 340,000 total casualties, 201,000 done by the Japanese. Against Japan, we've done 3.31 million casualties. We've done 2.5 million. So quite a bit. And they're currently 61% towards capitulation. We'll look at the British again. I don't know that we fought them that much in this episode. We've done 951,000 casualties of them. I guess we look at India. We killed 376,000 or so. Yeah, just overall fantastic kill-death ratio. 8.69 million casualties in this episode. Not as many as in other episodes, but that's also because there's just not as many troops to destroy anymore. Though I feel like we have killed quite a few with that one invasion, or the couple invasions we knocked out, and then the troops we cut off here. We still killed quite a few. Looks like this invasion's been dealt with as well. Alright, so that's the current situation. Next episode should be the finale. I don't think anything's changed with major powers. The only country I could even see becoming a major power at this point is Australia. Maybe South Africa, probably not though. I don't think they have enough factories. So Australia could be, but I don't think they're going to have time. I think that this should be the end. So that'll be next episode. We'll finish the invasion of Japan. They'll capitulate. And then we'll have the peace treaty, which will be a big old massive peace treaty here. So that'll be next episode, and it'll probably be a regular length episode, despite the fact there's not much to do here, just how long that peace treaty is going to be. Our peace treaty with the Comintern was almost an entire episode as well. So yeah, I do expect it will be a regular length episode. But yeah, only one more left. I can't see how we could have more than one at this point. Again, the only thing that really happened is Australia becoming a major power, which I think is unlikely in the amount of time it's going to take us to defeat Japan, which shouldn't be very long. We're making very rapid progress here, guys. So yeah, I hope you did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you guys on the next episode, and thanks for watching.